I'm embarrassed all the time. I think everything is so
Because it
embarrassing.
was like
And
for
it really
me,
like
it was
mostly applies in
I was very much of a quiet kid, so I didn't socialize with a lot of people. So
Like I just want to quiet my mind and just like live instead of overthinking.
holding on to the past and just by like letting it go since it could really like haunt you by just ruining.
you are listening to Farewell, the Eulogy Project podcast.
Hello, my name is Lucas Lee. I am class of 2025 and I'll be your host for today's episode of Farewell Eulogy. Today I have with me some guests.
Hi. My name is Alyssa. My name is Angel.
Today we're gonna mostly talk about the topic that we chose for our eulogy and like how did it benefit your life, how you overcome it in the past, or how did you leave in the past, or if it even stayed with you in present day. So, Alyssa, if you would like to share first.
Okay. So, my eulogy is about my childhood and my extreme anger and how, like, because I was so young, I didn't really know how to handle my emotions. So it would lash out and, like, be a huge problem for me and, like, the people around me, especially with my family and my loved ones. And, like, I was just, like, so angry all the time. Like, everything used to bother me so much. And I really didn't like that. And the older I got, the more I got aware of how much of a problem that was. So I took it upon myself to try to, like, handle it better and myself better. And yeah, basically I got older. And the more I got older, the more I was able to handle myself.
So, this is more of like a coming of age story where you like mature over time.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Because I used to be a bit spoiled in my days too. So.
Real.
Mhm. So, Angel, would you like to go next?
Mine is about living in the past, and it began like probably during quarantine. Like I know some people struggle from quarantine and like mentally, like living in the past, like struggling to keep up with like others that are the same age as them, and that's how I feel.
So you feel like behind?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no shame in like taking your time because whatever place works for you. It's how should I put this? I think you can make yourself more like sad and depressed if you compare yourself to others' pace. So go at your own pace.
Real. I agree. There's no competition, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in you. I love you. Love you too. Guys, that was the first time she said it back. I'm sorry.
In what ways would you describe your overcoming of this issue that you left in the past or that you still have with you, and how do you deal with it today? And yeah.
So obviously I still get angry sometimes because that's human and normal. But I have better ways to handle it now. Like I know when to take a break when something's upsetting me. And now I like think before I speak, like, oh, I really want to say this nasty insult, but then is it really that necessary to say it? And it's very, I don't know.
You surprisingly have good self control despite the way you described yourself when you were younger.
Oh yeah, I know it's a drastic change. It's just that most of it happened at home, cause in public I was like very shy as a kid. But even then, I'd still have like those tantrums when when I don't get something I want. I just
Hey man, it happens to all of us, so don't be ashamed.
real. It's okay. I left it in the past.
Anyways, Angel,
Wait, what were we talking about?
how do you like? Yours is like about being like slacking behind, right?
Yeah.
So like, have you left that in the past, or is it still with you today? And like, how do you cope with that today, or what necessities do you take to like prevent you from slacking, you know, from everyone?
Well, it's kind of still with me now, but I'm trying to get rid of it since I'm growing up and my parents want me to like succeed and go to college and stuff, even though I haven't been really thinking much about it because I don't think I would have a future.
You won't have a future? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would have a future because I stopped thinking about it and like how the world just it's like, oh, this is ending and like stuff and all the bad stuff happening in the world.
Let me tell you something. You will have a future, okay? I know, like, listen, college and like adult life is very overwhelming, and I get that. But like, you don't really have to think about it. You just have to do one step at a time. Like, right now, you're gonna finish junior year. Just focus on what's in front of you right now, like this mic.
It's quite hard when you have everything just cluttering inside your brain.
I mean, yeah, but I kind of feel it right now because I'm not organized at all, and like all these classes are throwing all these like random projects out of nowhere since the end of the school year. So I always try to like take control of everything and take like one project at a time, and I can go for like your future as well. So try not to think too ahead because you might get overwhelmed if you think too ahead. So like try to take one step at a time. So like plan out what you're gonna do for like the next few weeks and so on and so forth. Yeah. Anyways, let's end off on a good note. So what advice would you give to those who are like suffering from the same type of behavior that you're experiencing right now?
Okay, so if you are very angry and want to learn how to control that better, just think of your loved ones. Think about what you're gonna say, and think about what brings you to your happy place. Because if you let that anger win, ooh, girl, ooh, it's not gonna look good. Ooh, you gotta leave it in God's hands. Amen.
I mean, I've experienced it before, like getting angry at my mom, and a few minutes after, like even a couple hours after, it just didn't feel good.
Exactly.
Yelling at the person who brought you to this world. Yeah.
For real. Me, like, I feel the same way because I used to be so nasty to my parents. And then the older I got, I was feeling so bad for the things I say.
Angel?
Not gonna lie, I don't know what advice to give. Like, I kind of need advice for myself still. But yeah.
Real,
I mean,
that's so real.
That's fine, you know. Everyone needs advice, so yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out today, and that's the end of today's episode. Yeah.
Bye.
You've been listening to Farewell, the Eulogy Project podcast, a Spark Studio production.